today is one for all my mobile filmmaking friends. Look at this insane rig from SmallRig. SmallRig has made the Transformers cage, which can, really quickly and simply become other things. Has a wireless display right here that can completely come off. I can use this wirelessly. Also has a wireless shutter on top. This whole setup is kind of a mobile filmmaker's dream. Let's talk about this thing today. This has been such a huge craze lately because the new iPhones, new Samsungs, Googles, like every phone that's in your pocket can shoot some pretty incredible video. And to get it to where it makes it easy to actually use, we need to add in some tools. I've been kind of on a hunt for you guys, trying to figure out what's out there on the market, like who's making the best gear for mobile filmmaking. And today, we're checking this thing out. This is the SmallRig Transformers dual handle video kit for iPhone 17 Pro Max Megatron Edition. This is a partnership or a brand deal, I guess, with Transformers. I watched Transformers growing up, but let's check this thing out. To be fair, I did already open this, and I opened the display, which we'll get to. But then I was like, oh, I should wait and do this with you guys. So I put it all back in the box. But if we open the box, this is what we get. We get like kind of a cool, is that a Transformer logo there? I think I only know the Megatron logo from Transformers, but this is the kit right here. Let's pop this bad boy open. And this is what got me so excited. So let's just kind of start building this thing up with my iPhone 17 Pro, and you check this thing out. This is actually super slick. This is the phone case itself, which is separate, and to get it out right here, and zoom in, check out this system here. So if I go clink like that, that unlocks it. That's to lock it, so I unlock it, and then the phone case can pop out. And this right here is just kind of a normal phone case, but you will see it does have this little bit up there, which we'll talk about. It also has a kickstand, but let's get my phone in there real quick. So phone is in there, and I would say like as a phone case, this is always a problem with me with kind of systems like this that are like full cages, is when it's in this, I really can't use it as a phone. Like I want to be able to take it out easily, go back to living life as normal, and then kind of pop it into something that is a system. And that's kind of what they've done. This is a good case. It does have a little kickstand on the bottom there, so you can do, like that way, or you can set up your phone like that. That's kind of nice. Like this is, as a case itself, I would say good case, SmallRig. And then of course, it goes into this cage. And when you look at this cage, this thing is covered in mounting points. Mounting point here, cold shoe here, more mounting points here, another cold shoe, we'll talk about that in a second here. More mounting points here, another cold shoe here. It's basically covered in mounting points. Now this cage does do one thing that, I don't know. I guess if you needed this is cool, but you unscrew this little bit and this whole thing kind of comes apart. So I guess you can completely take this thing apart if you were like, oh, I wanna like fit this in somewhere. I guess that kind of makes storage better. And then without tools, I can just put it together. I just go 2, and I find the other 2, and I kind of lock those together. I'm not sure exactly why I would take this apart into pieces, but I guess it's nice to know that you can. But the reason I'm saying that, like, I don't know why I need to take this thing apart, is because putting my phone, once it's in this SmallRig case, into the cage is incredibly simple. I just lean it in on this side, and then this side just clicks down in place, and then once it's in, I press that button to lock. So that is the lock button. That's what kind of locks this thing in, and once it's in there, now I have my phone in like a legit cage. And let's improve this cage with handles, because handles is what makes everything look more professional. These are super trick. You see how this thing like locks? Like that actually kind of does look like a transformer right there. So very nice handle, adjustable height on the side, but this locking bit here, and that's what makes life so simple with this case. So I push it into the side, and now boom, I am locked in place. So side handle here, I could take the other one and I could do side handle here. Look at how trick that setup is now. Like you've got like full on. However, if you want to film the other way, I would just pop these out and lock onto the side mounts. boom, and boom. And now I can film landscape. The handles have like a nice twist to them. And then this handle has a bit of a trick. Check out this handle here. Has a little shutter button on top. It is a Bluetooth remote built into the handle. So we Bluetooth that to our phone. And now while I'm walking around like this, just from here, I can start and stop recording. I can take photos, whatever I want to do from the handles without having to like, hold it like this and then try to get over and touch the touch screen. And in the bottom of both handles is a little tool in there. And that little Allen key is to adjust the height of the handle. So if I want the handle kind of slid up more, I can do that just by unscrewing this bit here. And now I can actually change like the height of the handle if I didn't want this mounted right towards the top. I do like it mounted towards the top though, so I'm gonna keep it just like that. This is, by the way, just like it's got some sort of like magnet lock on there. So I can take this completely off. I can put my phone on a tripod and I can take this completely off and just use this as a wireless remote for my phone, or I can just switch sides really simply. But that feels better to me. Let's adjust the height. We're gonna adjust the height. Oh yeah. That feels better. So now my handles are kind of like more upright, like I slid them up a little bit. And again, the tool is just built into the bottom. So I think that's why like they're calling it like the transformer rig, is that very quickly I can just push these little buttons, like squeeze that, and then I can move this around. I can make this a top handle. Maybe I wanted to do like a whole iPhone rig top handle setup, which I'm a huge fan of on my bigger cameras. I almost always have a top handle when I'm out filming. And now with this thing, I can have a top handle for my iPhone. So that's like step one in this rig, this Transformers rig. It does come with a case, but let's keep building. And to do that, let's check out this little guy, a wireless display for your iPhone, which again, I've already opened up because I couldn't wait for you guys. I'm sorry. Power this little bad boy up. It is battery operated, internally charged, and MagSafe on the back. So I can just slap this onto the back there. It opens up a little QR, opens up a little QR code. All I do is scan that with my phone. Go in here, tap on screen mirroring, and boom, now this is just mirroring whatever is on my screen. So as I open up my screen here, now everything is over here. So that is super nice to have because obviously your front cameras are way better than your rear cameras. So I can go into front camera mode like so, and now this shot is the same as what I'm seeing there. So that's like maybe the most useful thing of this entire kit. I kind of wish like the iPhone would just have that already. Why doesn't the iPhone have a screen on the front side? But it does come with this little guy right here, which is a 1/4-20 to cold shoe mount. So I screw this into the bottom of this wireless screen. Okay, look at this setup. So now I want to film like something like down low using the handle. Well, check this out. I have a monitor, a wireless monitor that's up here, so I can film from here while using my phone in like a low rig or like hanging out the window and put it down by the tire, like getting different shots. You can kind of create whatever rig you want because you have a wireless display monitor on your rig. This is very much like moving things from I have an iPhone to I've turned my iPhone into like a little camera rig. And again, to get the actual phone piece out of the cage, we just pull down on that. That releases that purple bit there, and then the whole thing pops out. So now we have two separate pieces. We can move this aside, and we're gonna bring in this guy. This is actually I was most excited maybe about this. This is a 2x teleconverter and macro lens for this cage system, or not even for the cage system. You could just use this even without this system. This is clampy bit here, and then this slides so you can perfectly align it with your phone. Now this is dependent on which phone you have. This is just for phones, T-mount. So maybe this could fit multiple sized phones. Yeah, it just says for phones. It does not say for iPhones, but it does seem like it lines up exactly with my iPhone. So if I stretch this piece across there, and then I can just kind of push it up until I'm getting close, and then I slide this little inner bit so that it's just perfect on there. And once it is like exactly lined up, I just screw this little top piece down and check that out. I now have a little mount for my already telephoto lens. So it's using the 4X lens on the iPhone, and now I can telephoto and macro off of it because of what's in this little bag. If I open up this little magical sack, that guy in there, look at that thing. This is a 2X telephoto lens and macro lenses. So let's screw those two off completely. Just this piece here is the 2X telephoto. We screw that over the 2X lens here, screw that on, and boom, a 2X lens for my iPhone. Now, here's the crazy thing about the 4X lens on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It says 4X and 8X. It also says 1X and 2X. But really, there's a 0.5 lens, there's a 1X lens, and there's a 4X lens. Those 2X and 8X are just digitally cropping. Now, with this guy, I'm not digitally cropping. I'm taking that full sensor 4X lens and I am punching in 2X, essentially to 8X. So I'm getting that 8X, but I'm at 4X and I have all the resolution of 4X, but now in an 8X. I also have two of these little bad boys that can screw apart, and they are both macro lenses. So I can stack these together to get even more macro. I can put one on, I can put two on, however I want to do it. I pop these guys on here, and then I can go into macro mode now with this kit. This is something trick to have on you, especially if you're in like the Blackmagic camera app, where if you are shooting in those log formats, you lose that whole 8X thing entirely. Like it will just say 0.5, 1X, or 4X. Actually, I don't even think it says that. Yeah, when you go to lens options in the Blackmagic camera app, once you're in those like log profile modes, you just get the 13mm, 24mm, and 100mm. But if you put this bad boy on there, now you are getting 200mm, and you can still shoot native log on your iPhone. This, again, this whole system, that's what I think that brands are doing a good job, and SmallRig especially here, is building out a system of things that work, like a base iPhone case, but that can snap into a cage, and then we can snap on handles, and then we can snap on displays. Like there's so much that we can build up to, and then again, we can break it down to something as small as this, again, nice and smooth rounded case that can slide in and out of my pocket. I can put my pop socket back on because I must live with a pop socket for this big old screen. Nice work, SmallRig, and the telephoto lens. This is gonna be super helpful, especially in the Blackmagic camera app. Any questions you guys have about this, throw it down below, let me know, and I'll get them answered for you. I'm always down there in the comments for at least the first couple days when a video launches. I'm always in the comments a bunch. This thing, I like the vertical top handle. The top handle idea, and being able to like film like this and then have the monitor screen up here, that's sick. All right, I'll see you guys soon. What am I forgetting to talk about? Whenever I go out to film these things, I always forget something, and then I gotta go back out the next day and refilm it. What am I forgetting to tell you right now? I don't know, but look at that picture of Morgan. If you watched my Higgsfield video, you got more of that.